Hey, how cool is this? We have Tom Wopat here. You know him as Luke Duke or a number of other different characters on the silver screen, but something that people like us didn't know, you're also extremely musical. You've been singing since you were a kid, and you have CDs out and everything.
Yeah, well, I started singing when I was a little kid. Actually, that's how I got into acting at all, was doing musicals. I started when I was in junior high, and then did them at the University of Wisconsin when I was studying voice there. And so now I'm in Auburn, New York, playing Will Rogers.
Yeah, the Finger Lakes Musical Theater Festival started September 3rd. They're there through the 24th. Yeah. This looks like a fun show, judging from the pictures.
Oh, it's a great show. The historical part of it is he was, he started his career as a trick roper. And he does rope tricks, and then he started also making comments on the politics of the day, and a really interesting guy. And Florence Ziegfeld, who run all the Follies, these big kind of Vegas-looking shows in New York City, hired him in, would have been in the 20s, and he spent 6 years on Broadway. 2,500 performances with these, beautiful girls and telling jokes, and it's an awful lot of fun.
Did you learn to rope for this part?
Yeah, actually, I did it years ago in Michigan. About 15 years ago, I did the part, and at the beginning, part of the deal is he tells jokes while he does rope tricks. So you got to learn at least one rope trick, and it drives you nuts learning the first time. But once you get them, they're kind of fun. They're kind of fun to do. There's a couple of things I can do with the rope. Yeah.
You're going to show that to us next segment or so. How are you having fun in the Finger Lakes? You enjoying
it's so beautiful up here. Yeah, I live in the city, and I've been up here. Actually, I was just up in south of Rochester a couple months ago doing a movie called Fair Haven.
Really?
A little independent film.
Wow.
So I've been spending some time up here. But I really enjoy it, and this theater, the merry-go-round, I don't know if you know it, but the theater was built in the building that used to house a real merry-go-round right there on the lake in the southern part of Auburn. And it's a beautiful little 500-seat theater, and we've been packing it out.
Will Rogers was an influence for so many musicians and even comedians. Did he influence your career as well, do you think?
No, I mean, I was kind of influenced when I was, 12, the Beatles came to town. And that changed everything. Most of the people that I know in the music industry that are my age are kind of affected by the Beatles more than anything else. But when I work on the part and I read some of the stuff that he said and how he spoke and how he handled his whole business, his career, I identify with him a lot. He talks smart, and he's got a point of view, but he's generous as well. He's not real partisan, and or at least not in a sharp way.
Yeah.
And so it's a real entertainment, and it's an awful lot of fun to play the part.
That is cool.
Speaking of CDs, you have this one from 2012, but you were just telling me about another one.
Yeah, we just finished one. Me and Schneider made a record together. It's insane, and it's too much fun. And we have some smart talk on the record, and it's a Christmas record that'll be out in October.
That is
Duke Boys
cool.
back together.
You are staying busy. Dukes of Hazzard, weren't you guys in a commercial recently?
Yeah, Auto Trader called us last year with an offer we couldn't understand, so we worked with them for a while, and it's nice. It gets you, again, a presence on television, which is kind of important if you're trying to do even things like this.
Right.
Which is, regional theater, which I don't do, but, anymore I can kind of do what I want. And this is a part that I really, really like.
Well, let's talk more about the part, and let's see how you can work the rope. We're going to take a break. We'll try that.
All right. You better clear the table. I need a little room.
We're going to clear it all out.
I'll get working on that now.
More of it's out when we come back.
Yo, call in the movers.